top story this evening. The centre brings an ordinance to give the power of transfers and postings of bureaucrats in the national capital to Delhi's Lieutenant Governor. Now, this comes just days after Delhi government was given executive power in services matters, including transfer and posting of officers by the Supreme Court. Now, the centre has established the National Capital Civil Service Authority through an ordinance. The ordinance sets up a permanent authority headed by Delhi Chief Minister along with Delhi Chief Secretary and Principal Secretary Home to make recommendations to Delhi Lieutenant Governor regarding matters concerning transfer postings, vigilance and other incidental matters. Now, as BJP netas hail the move, Delhi Chief Minister and AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal called the ordinance a contempt of Supreme Court's verdict. Aam Aadmi Party has announced that they'll be knocking the doors of the apex court challenging this ordinance. Meanwhile, the centre has also filed a plea before the Supreme Court asking for a review of its May 11th judgment.
1 जुलाई को सुप्रीम कोर्ट खुलेगा, हम इसको चैलेंज करेंगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर और फिर सुप्रीम कोर्ट हम जानते हैं कि ये भी जानते हैं अंदर खाने, ये भी जानते हैं कि इस अध्यादेश का क्या होगा। तो क्या ये अध्यादेश केवल इस 1.25 महीने की छुट्टियों के लिए लाया गया है? ये तो सीधे सीधे केंद्र सरकार सुप्रीम कोर्ट को चुनौती दे रही है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट को चैलेंज कर रही है कि तुम जो मर्जी ऑर्डर कर लो, तुम्हारे सारे ऑर्डर हम 2 मिनट के अंदर ऑर्डिनेंस लाके बिल लाके सब खत्म कर देंगे। ऐसा कानून नहीं आ सकता जो जनतंत्र खत्म कर दे। ऐसा कानून नहीं आ सकता जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, हमारा सेंटर अलग है, स्टेट्स अलग है, वो खत्म करे। ये सीधे सीधे फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर के ऊपर हमला है।
Let me point it out pinpointedly. It is a laughable ordinance. It is obviously done by people in blissful ignorance of the law. First and foremost, it shows that you are a bad, poor, graceless loser. In a constitution bench unanimous judgment. Second, it shows that you have been taught to dilute or modify constitutional principles by a mere ordinance. How can that be?
My colleague Amit Bharadwaj is now joining us live from Delhi on this. Amit, how is the Aam Aadmi Party planning to counter the centre's move?
Well, Paulami, there's a well-thought strategy that Aam Aadmi Party is looking at right now. There are 3 fronts that AAP has already opened up or is working upon. Number one, first and foremost, is challenging this ordinance in the Supreme Court. So they will be approaching the Supreme Court, challenging the ordinance as soon as the vacation of the Supreme Court ends, that is 6 weeks from now. Number two is that they have a hunch that obviously if this ordinance has been brought in, it will be also converted into a bill and tabled in the parliament. So Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party chief and Delhi Chief Minister, will be approaching all opposition leaders, asking them to block this bill in the Rajya Sabha so that this does not get the agreement of the Rajya Sabha, and so that this cannot be converted into an act. Third is the front on the ground. So Aam Aadmi Party is now planning door-to-door campaign. Arvind Kejriwal himself will be reaching out to the people of Delhi, telling them as to how it is not just the Delhi government from whom the powers of services department has been snatched, rather the voters of Delhi who have been humiliated by the centre. Along with that, Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party will be holding a mega rally in the national capital on this issue, and they are planning to make this part of the public narrative as to how the centre is doing not only vendetta politics but is also taking vengeance from the Delhi government. Because it is the Aam Aadmi Party which has won elections constantly, and the BJP has been electorally rejected in the Vidhan Sabha elections. More importantly, Paulami, what Aam Aadmi Party is also planning to do here is to convert this entire issue into not Delhi versus Supreme Court debate, rather Delhi versus centre debate, or rather centre versus Supreme Court battle. That's what the narrative that Aam Aadmi Party is trying to push. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal himself said that this is an issue of attack on the fundamental structure of the constitution, on the Keshwan and Bharti verdict. Back to you, Pauline.
Amit, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Amit, of course, will be tracking all those developments, especially when the Aam Aadmi Party reaches the Supreme Court to challenge the centre's ordinance.